Hi everyone. So I said I was going to do a book review, and I'm trying to get this done just whenever I can. I haven't been as I guess active or interactive with this group. I guess not as much as I intended to be, because when I say that like small children do not let you do anything for yourself, like I mean it. Here it is. It's almost like 11 o'clock at night. He's still awake. He won't stay asleep. And if he gets up and like comes in here, I'll have to like redo this video at another point, because I know this has nothing to do with like the topic of it. It feels good to like rant a little bit. I don't know, because and we will talk about that too, like trying to practice your, certain crafts and stuff like that while being a mom, and also while being a mom to small children, because that's a whole nother thing. I'm trying to adjust my light where it doesn't look so weird, but I don't have any makeup on, and that was an awful face. That's literally how I feel like I look all the time. I need to do something with this hair. Look at this. It's like got all these roots, all this brown coming in, because I said I'm just going to let all this grow out, and then I'm just going to cut all the blonde out, but it's not growing as fast as I'd like it to, and I'm just kind of getting tired of the blonde. Like, I just keep going back to it. I'm going to dye it here soon. I don't know. I may do like a hang out and dye my hair with me video or something, but okay, anyway, the topic of the whole, of this whole video was I was trying to decide which book to review, because I don't really have like a plan. I don't have like a curriculum, or like oh well, this is our beginner stuff, because everybody's different, and some beginner stuff may seem like it's not beginner stuff to some people, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know if this would be considered like beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I'm not going to try to do any of that. It just is what it is. This book, it's pretty small. It's from Liz Dean, and it's called Nature's Hidden Oracles. I just recently got this, and I've already read through it. I read through it in a couple of nights. Like I said, I could have actually finished it in 2 nights, but I wasn't able to read on my own time because every time I tried, it just wouldn't happen. But it's pretty small, so you get through it pretty quick. It's not even full page stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're able to get through it pretty quick, and some pages are just full picture. Like, well, you have like picture examples, and then you have like, like this. So it's actually pretty short. It was very informative. That's why I said something about the beginner thing, because I just kind of feel, I'm going to adjust myself a lot, I'm sorry. I just feel like this would be maybe a beginner's book to augury, which is like the divination of different things in nature, and that can get even further branched off. Like, this is actually a pretty tiny book, in ways of just that. But we talk about augury as, like, I don't know if you know about the Dark Crystal, and there's a character who actually, I have a figure over here. What was I going to say? Boop. It's right there. But Augur, she is like the oracle of the land. She's actually one of the, first that heard the beginning song of Thra, which is like the beginning birth of their world. She's their oracle. She uses her observatory, and she uses, Are we serious right now? anyway, there's also like a cat scratching trying to get in here, so if it's not the kid, it's the cat, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and see, like, this noisemaker over here I had to take away because he just, oh man. So, like, my back room is all over the place, but anyway, sorry. Yeah, from flowers to feathers and shells and stones, a practical guide to natural divination. So that's like what she did. She used astrology, you know, and she used astronomy, just to, and you know, that's just basic divination stuff. Anyway, it can be divination. It's not just. And see, that's the thing. I'm expecting you guys to know just what divination is. If you don't, then divination is just like, there's a crap ton of memes for it, but it's just getting guidance and messages from spirit, source, God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, because people have spirituality and then humans made religion to make sense of spirituality, if that makes sense. So like this has, and divination is in some practices of certain religions, but I'm not, I don't label myself as like a Wiccan. I don't label myself as any sort of, I just don't do that. I'm not going to do that. Just because, even though I do say I'm an augur, you know, and stuff like that, I say conjurer, and conjure is its own thing too, like southern conjure, root work, that kind of thing. But, and I don't want to get too off topic either, but anyway, so divination is pretty much just getting messages from source. So we use oracle cards, we use tarot cards, we use playing cards, we use pendulums, we use bones, runes, we use meditation, we use, and remember that mediumship is different because that's your contact with spirits that were humans that have passed, whereas in divining is more so getting it from like your higher self, your ancestors possibly, which is a fine line between what it kind of crosses the line of what I just said too. So you know what I mean? It's not black and white. It's not black and white. Don't expect anything to be. But this is a pretty good little book. I mean, it's got 5 chapters. Yeah, it's only got 5 chapters. Hold on. It starts off with your just the natural connection. It's talking about, you know, how if you're going to divine outside, you're going to have a better, you know, connection with the environment around you. Earthing also helps, which is getting the nutrients from the soil absorbed into the soles of your feet, and that's a very real thing. You know, so I recommend it. I recommend this just for people that want to get into divination, but they don't want to use they don't want to get into maybe like man-made tools yet. I'm just trying to like figure out a way to say that, but this would be more of like making your own runes out of twigs you found, or you could make a charm, like a throwing charm bag, out of stuff you found on a nature walk, like an acorn, or if you find like someone's lost earring, or if you find a seashell, just things, you know, and each one has its own purpose. We also have different ways to cast things. A really simple, I have a lot to learn too. Like I said, I keep all my books for resource purposes for sure, because I have to continuously go back to them, because I'm not going to remember everything. Like, don't ask me off the tip of my head, because I haven't like pounded it into my brain, you know, like I haven't like studied. I can't do that right now, not with a baby. Maybe when he's older I can really dedicate myself to my studies. I would like to get some degree. I wanted to say maybe a master's, but really any degree, I guess, um, in parapsychology. I'm sorry if this is making me white out too, like, you know. But parapsychology is the study of the paranormal and psychology mixed. So that's like perfect, you know. Because I'm already majoring in psychology and stuff, and I already have an associate's in arts, and that's whatever. But like, when people are like, well, what do you want to do? Like, this is what I do, you know. Like, it's not just, oh, this is fun and trendy. Like, no, it's not a game, you know. It's not. So, this it would be a good little book to like take with you outside, you know, on your outside adventures. They tell you a lot. Like, this book goes all over the place. For being as little as it is, it covers a lot, you know. And it does quick yes nos if you don't have the time to do, like, you know, full spreads on certain things. It talks about witch stones or hag stones, which are actually very common. The most common thing that you hear about witch stones, I think they're called a few different things too. They're eyeglasses for the Fey world. You're supposed to be able to hold it up and look through it, and then you can see into the world beyond. But there's a couple different more things that you can do. Like, you can actually, you can divine with them. Trying to see. I wanted to read a small section, but I have to find it. Because I just pretty much want... Okay. Known as hag stones, adder stones, Odin stones, or fairy stones, or wish stones. So there's also that. Hold or holy stones, sometimes they're called too. Like, but not like holy, but like Holey, holy. You can nail a witch stone to your fishing boat for good luck. You can hang one above your front door and you'll be protected from negative influences. And I have like 2 little ones, and then I have a really big slab outside that I found by the water. And that's usually what hag stones are. They are stones that have a hole from one side all the way to the other that has been done by nature and erosion and stuff like that. I wanted to... You can even make a witch stone into a pendulum if you like that. So it's like combining them. Get creative. It's called craft for a reason, you know. Yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to get to. Wishing stones. So, which is witch stones, but they're made for, or used for wishing. So this little section said that you can make a wish on a witch stone by taking it in your left hand and rubbing your thumb around the hole clockwise all the time, making your wish. Repeat every day until granted. Witch stones are also associated with moon magic. On a full moon, which is tonight, hold up your wish stone so you can see the moon through it, make your wish, and trust that it will be granted. So after this video, I'm probably going to take one and head outside and do that real quick. It's something that you can do in a matter of like seconds, you know what I mean? Like, certain things in magic don't have to take long. So like, if, yet again, rounding back to the whole being a mom and trying to do certain things, if y'all want to discuss like quick, easy things to do, I guess, you know, and that's pretty broad, according to season, according to event, situation, whatever, according to interest, then we can go over, you know, quick things to do. Like, you know, I have to just be able to, like, that's why all my stuff is back here, because this door has a lock on it, on the outside. And if it's locked, he can't just run in here and get in stuff, because I'm not going to have it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get into my stuff. He already gets into everything, so. But, so, okay, so we're about, I think, I don't know, I don't have any other, this is my first, like, augury book. It's been, I found it at Barnes & Noble. It's been sitting on the shelf for a while, and I've been seeing it every time I go in there, and then finally I just grabbed it. But I think it is a good little starter book on natural divination. Some people, I understand, they feel certain ways towards using cards and other things because of media and negative stigma, and like, oh, it's associated with evil, and I don't like that. So some people feel, and this can also be translated to, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but this can be good to blend in with just, and I know it branches off too into denominations, but Christian faith. So like signs from God, how to read signs from God with things from nature is the alternate title of this, okay? Like, if you really want to get honest about it. Spirit, source, God, whatever you want to call it, don't get distracted and get offended by the title. You know what I'm saying? I think too many humans get weird about how they're trying to understand something. Like, no, this is how it is. No, this is the only one. Like, that's too much. That's too much. Seriously. Like, that's a whole nother topic, and we're not going to get into that, because I'm not here to bash religion. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to get came for. Thanks. But pretty, I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to maybe, so like, okay, here's the thing. If you are more drawn to the woods, or if you're more drawn to the ocean, you know, or maybe you're more drawn to like a meadow, you know, start with that. Like, where in nature do you feel at peace? And then go find a spot that makes you feel like that, and then just like look around your environment and see little things that pop out to you, and use them for certain things. Like, you don't have to always, I guess, have an explanation. There's also like feather divining, you know, simple, really simple. Everything from color to formation to the way it's pointed to, I'm sorry, you know, a bunch of stuff. Like, here's just a little illustration, and then here's some like feather, oops, that's not working, okay, feather color meanings. Like, we talk about flower color meanings, which flowers are in here too. Yeah, it's like chapter 3 is about flowers. It's like your space, trees, flowers, oh gosh, herb scrying, and then stones and natural charms. So like feather color meanings. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'll just read a few. White, you know, angelic or other spiritual guidance. I make that face because it's just kind of like a duh. Like, what would you think white is? You know what I mean? Most people would think of a dove, which leads you to think of, you know, it is very obvious, and that's literally what divining is too. If you have a lot of like images or like associations that pop out to you, that's important. That's that's the message for you. And sometimes things take extra interpretation, and some things are just right there in front of your face. And it is really hard when you go on your intuition because you're just hyper vigilant all the time because of anxiety as well. It just goes hand in hand. So it's like, is this my intuition or am I paranoid? That kind of thing. But anyway, white is angelic or other spiritual guidance, comfort, hope, protection, a message from loved one in spirit that they're okay, or a message from your angel bringing guidance and protection. We have black, which is protection, also mourning. Yellow is enlightenment, vision, and intelligence. Red, love, passion, energy, strength, and determination. Orange is for creativity, motivation, ability to manifest desires. Green, abundance, success, money, and also healing the past. You get it. And when it comes to color meanings, no matter if it's like candles, feathers, flowers, whatever, a lot of times you will learn that a lot of them are similar. Like, for example, and if y'all want like a full review or like not even like even a review, but like a look through, because you might not know if you want this until like you really look through it or handle it, and it's also got a nice sound if that matters to you. I like hardbacks over paperbacks just because. But here's another one. This is just the Good Witch's Guide. It's from Sean Robbins and Charity Bedell. Yeah. But in here, for example, I have a lot of stuff a lot of books cover a lot of the same stuff. So just, know that. Because, whether I pulled this one or this one, or, a lot of them have the same stuff going on. For sure. So, example. Where is it? Okay. So, like, candle magic, candle colors, and correspondences. I also have a big book, literally, right here. It's from Llewellyn's, book company as well. Book company, I don't know if that's, but Llewellyn, you'll hear that a lot. Correspondences. It's literally just, it's a big book of just different categories of correspondences and stuff like that. I'll show all the books off eventually, and this isn't all of them either, but anyway, candle colors and what they mean. White, purifying spaces, cleansing homes, creating harmony, invoking spirit, summoning guides and angels. Red, promoting strength and vigor, rejuvenating energy and stamina, summoning courage, sexual love, passion, enthusiasm. Yellow, increasing activity, resolving health matters, passing exams and learning, aiding concentration, controlling mood swings. And then we have green, accumulating money and wealth, promoting prosperity and abundance, attracting luck. You get the picture. Silver candles would be really, really great to burn for full moon rituals, and black candles would be really good for the dark moon or new moon. You can do, oh my god, I just tried to put this back. Okay, like you can do a bunch of different stuff. I was gonna maybe do, I originally wanted to do a like a little full moon burning, letting go, releasing ritual tutorial thing. I guess, like teaching video, I guess. It's just really simple, and like I didn't want to do it because it involves fire and concentration, and I don't know if this baby's gonna stay asleep or if I'm gonna have to like keep dealing with it, you know. So I didn't know if that was gonna be a problem. So I just said I'm just gonna wait to do that, and like whenever, yeah, because I hear him talking right now. He's awake, and so I'm gonna have to go deal with him. But we will go over a few like really easy, simple things like that as well. I have a, I think it's pewter. I don't know. And sorry if my face keeps getting like all whited out and stuff. I hate that, but I'm working with what I can, right? And I'm working on my phone, so it is what it is. But it's like a little pewter creamer container that I found at a thrift store. It just needs to be a fireproof container. Don't be stupid, right? Stop! Go lay down! And you can write down on pieces of paper what you want to get rid of, what you want to cut yourself from. Like, I don't need this anymore. I release anxiety. You set it on fire, put it in the dish, let it burn. Whee! You're done. And if you want to take it a step further, you can collect those ashes and add it to your recipe for making witch's salt, which is a pretty common staple for a lot of people too. So, now that he's up and I gotta deal with him, I guess I'll cut it off here. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about that little book. I'll get better at doing these. I don't go into it with a plan, because every time I try to, it doesn't work. So we're just not going to waste time doing that. We're just going to go, you know. So if there are certain books that you want to know that if I have or not, that I could do look-throughs, or maybe we could do deck look-throughs, you know, like, for example, these are just playing cards that I found at a thrift store. Apparently they come in little things like this all the time, and I was just kind of like, oh, you know, like, the backs to these are flowers. Oh my god, the light are like little flowers, and then the other side is just like these yellow leaves, but they're just regular playing cards, and I'm not too I was going to say keen, and that's not the right word. I keep wanting to say that too. I don't know why, but I am not very, oh jeez, throwing them around. I'm not very practiced. I also have these playing cards. Hold on. They're just Bicycle brand, and it's a hidden Bicycle brand, hidden. I don't know. They just looked kind of occultish, so I was like, cool, right? But I am not very practiced on divining with playing cards, which is like not one, it probably like is the original, you know, card divination, so it would only be appropriate to learn. But maybe once I get more like practice with that, we can like do stuff with that too. But yeah, okay, so we are at 30 minutes, and I'm gonna cut it off here. So thanks for watching.